Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I'm going to be doing a review of Tarot Every Which Way by Lilith Dorsey and forward by Silver Ravenwolf. And it says, unlock the power of the cards for spellcraft and magic. And this was sent to me by Llewellyn for my honest review. And this was released in June in the US, and in the UK it was released, and Canada, in July of 2024, or July of this year. So right out of the gate, I loved this book also. The things that are in this book, if you are a witch and you are somebody that loves tarot, it is a beautiful culmination. Let me just show you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of these in order to read for you, because this book has such a wealth of information in it for not just somebody that is new coming into the tarot, or even somebody that's new to witchcraft, but an advanced for both. Because sometimes, especially when we've been doing this for quite a while, sometimes our practices will get stale and we forget about incorporating new things and ideas. So this book can really help with that. Not only does she, Lilith, take you on a journey throughout the entire Major Arcana with journeying with each one of the cards. Let me show you what I mean. And well, I'll get to that. I want to get to the tarot part of it first. I mean, it's all tarot, but I mean the actual journeying with the Major Arcana. So she goes through the Major Arcana and she talks about every one of the cards individually. Then she does meanings and correspondences, just like a quick, like for instance, for the Fool. Popular meanings for the Fool card include new beginnings, transformation, innocence, change, spontaneity, inspiration, fearlessness, possibility, liberation, development, and growth. Here are some other correspondences and magical associations for each card. So then she does some crystal correspondences. Then she goes down the list and does herbal correspondences. Then other correspondences, which are animal, astrological, as in like Mercury, Uranus, with, or air, right, with the Fool. But she also does a musical note for each one of them. That is really cool for like frequency work, right? And healing through frequency and vibration. But she also did magical and culinary recipes. So she's got a Fool's Gold oil, how to do that, the ingredients and the directions. Then she's got culinary, Fool's Deviled Eggs, talks about that, the recipe, the ingredients, how to do it. Then another culinary is Very Berry Fool, the ingredients and how to do it. And then a journeying with the Fool. So she takes you through a meditation to journey through the Fool and then brings you out of that. And she also says it may help to write down all of the things that you discovered during this working in a tarot journal or notebook. So along with reading this book and doing these, when you're journeying, to ask questions out loud. Another thing that she suggests is recording it. So recording, either making a video if you want to make a video, or just making a voice recording of what you're experiencing as you're journeying through, and saying out loud what you're seeing as you're journeying, so that later on, in case you forget, you've got an actual recording of it so that you can use that in your journals, right? She's also got a Fool and a Foot spell. And then she goes on to the Magician. Every single one of these has like sprays and herbs and cooking and rituals, and it is just any number of correspondences, and it is fabulous. It is a wonderful resource book. I cannot even say how much enjoyment I got out of all of this and the different recipes that you would think, you know, like working with the Tower card, right? And keep in mind also, not only can this be for learning, but if it is like your year, like we have, it's my Tower year, or it's my, I got stuff moving in here. It's my Tower year, or which this was a Tower year for me. So going back to where the Tower was, let me find it. So just to show you, it talks about, yet again, a write-up about the Tower, meaning and correspondences, the crystal correspondences, herbal correspondences, other correspondences like the animal, astrological associations, and musical note. Then the magical and culinary recipes as taking down the Tower oil. It says, use this oil to remove things in your life that are unnecessary and poorly functioning. It calls for a swift solution to your problems. Be prepared. How friggin' cool is that? Then we've got like licorice brownies. In the US, we mostly think of licorice as only a candy. People decorate cupcakes with it for Halloween, but in other parts of the world, it is a prized flavor. This recipe calls for licorice powder. You will probably need to hunt for it online or in specialty shops, but if you love licorice, it is well worth the effort. This recipe pairs it with chocolate, and let's see, then the directions. And let's see, does she say why? I can't remember what her reasoning for that one was. And then journeying, because I don't see it here. I'm probably just overlooking it, but journeying with the Tower. So she takes you on a meditation journey. She does suggest either having somebody, a friend, read it to you, or recording it and then going through it, you know. Or maybe that was another book I read. No, I think it's this one. So another thing is a Tower Truth candle spell with all the ingredients and the directions. And then she goes into other ones. Now, the sun. The sun is the one I really want to show you guys. This is fabulous. I'm going to read all of the sun so that you see what it's like. And she did this for the major arcana. So chapter 21 is the sun. Let me grab my glasses. So it says the sun card represents the glorious shining moments of life. This is a card of both harmony and energy, and it is one of the most glorious cards. The sun is a card of happiness, rejoicing, success, and bliss. It is number 19 in the deck, which breaks down to a 10 in numerology. 10 is seen as a number of wholeness, potential, and beginning. In contrast to the previous card, here everything is out in the open. Nothing is hidden. Everything is out in the sunshine. In the Millennium Thoth Tarot, card pictured on the left of the previous page, we can see winged twins dancing under the 12 rays of the sun. In this presentation, all 12 zodiac signs are present. They symbolize all possibilities. Some associate this card with the sun gods and goddesses, Adonis, Apollo, Amun, Arena, Eos, Helios, Hathor, another one I cannot pronounce, Inti, Lug, Mitra, or Mithra, Ra, Sol, Surya, and others. Each one carries with it its own blessings and burdens. The sun gives us life, and as you see, so many different cultures knew that and presented it in their own cosmology in different and beautiful ways. What different and beautiful ways will the sun help you manifest your own goal, your own growth? So we've got meanings and correspondences. So it says popular meanings for the sun include success, vitality, birth, marriage, creativity, happiness, and joy. Here are a few more associations for this bright and cheerful card. So crystal correspondences, we have amber, sunstone, carnelian, citrine, topaz, and yellow calcite. And I'm just going to read one of them to you so that you know, but she's got a rundown, a little paragraph for each one of them. But let's do amber. So technically, amber is not a crystal at all. It is a solidified form of tree resin. The resin hardens over time and becomes fossilized. It can be of particular interest to earth witches and green witches as it comes directly from plants. It is known to help with motivation and intelligence. When used with your tarot reading, it can assist with decision making and messages from both the ancestors and the higher realms. So then she goes into, I'm sorry, I'm going really fast, you guys. I know it's just, there's so much to talk about that she talks about in this book. And I've just begun really, so I'm trying to get through it quickly. Herbal correspondences, sunflowers, heliotrope, marigold, cinnamon, frankincense. Other correspondences are, the animals are lizard, salamander, turtle, meerkat. Astrological, obviously it's the sun, and the musical note is D. Magical and culinary recipes. Enhancing your readings by making magical concoctions and feast allows for a greater understanding of what the cards are trying to tell you. Sunflower seeds, oranges, and tangerines are all associated with this card. Magical sun and success oil. Use this oil to bring glorious success to the matter at hand. So it tells you the ingredients: small glass bottle, 1/2 ounce sweet almond oil, 3 drops Amethyst oil, 3 drops of cinnamon oil, 3 drops of frankincense oil, and 3 drops of amber oil. Directions. Gather all ingredients together on your working altar or tarot shrine. If you don't have one, please check out the instructions in chapter 30. Add the almond oil to the bottle. Next, add the anyways, going through and all the directions. Then she's also got a culinary sunshine salsa. So this edible concoction embodies summertime and sunshine with every bite. It contains either oranges or tangerines or both, if you like using these sun-loving citrus fruits to help bring joy. Oh, I'm here for it. So 1/4 cup diced red onion, 3 cups of diced and deseeded plum tomatoes, 2 teaspoons of minced jalapeno pepper, 1/4 cup of diced and deseeded yellow pepper, 2 teaspoons of orange juice or tangerine juice, 1 tablespoon of minced cilantro, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 cloves of minced garlic. Combine all ingredients in a glass bowl, mix well, chill for 1 hour or more, serve with corn tortilla chips. Make approximately 3.5 cups salsa. Then journeying with the sun. I'm going to read the whole thing that she does. It's not super long, but just to give you an idea of what she does with every single one of the major arcana cards, okay? So if you want to just close your eyes while I read this, and I'll try to go a little bit slower for you, okay? Journey and work with the sun. For this working, you can use the traditional imagery detailed in the following paragraph, or choose a sun card from a less conventional deck and use that image as your focus. If you choose your own deck, you will need to change the instructions for the unique imagery presented in that card before you. It may be easier to record the following and play it back while you complete your journey and work, or alternately have a friend read it out to you. Okay, so it was this book. Sit down, get comfortable, close your eyes, take a deep breath, exhale slowly, repeat. Envision yourself at the top of a staircase. The stairs in front of you are numbered in descending order. You are at the top step, number 10. See your shoes standing on that step. Look at the number written there. Slowly step down to step number 9. See the number written there. Do you see letters or numbers? Really look at what is in front of you. When you see it clearly, step down to number 8. Continue stepping down through the numbers, down to 7, 6, 5. See the numbers in your feet going down to number 4, number 3, then down to number 2, and finally all the way down to number 1. When you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see a large golden door. Turn the handle and step into the world of the Sun card. Here, your entire being is bathed in sunlight. It feels warm on your face. Take a breath. You smell sunflowers. There are sunflowers all around, mammoth ones towering over your head, small ones tinkling at your ankles. The smell is intoxicating. What do they smell like? Off in the distance, you see a child riding a horse. Maybe there are 2 children. They are laughing. Walk towards them. What do they look like? It will help to answer these questions out loud, even if you are alone. Ask them if they have anything that they would like to tell you. Pay attention to their response. Ask them anything else that you would like to know about this card. When you are done and have received the answers that you seek, turn and walk back towards the field to the golden door. Take your time and really feel every step. Open the door. Directly in front of you, you see the exact same numbered steps that you came down when you began. This time, you are going to slowly walk back up these stairs. See your feet climbing up the first step to the second one. Then onto the 3rd step, the 4th, going higher and higher up. Up to the 5th step, the 6th, the 7th. Continue on up to the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. Now you are back at the top step. You can now open your eyes. It can help to write down the things that you discovered during this process in a tarot journal or notebook. You may repeat this whenever the Sun card comes up during a reading, and you may need more insight. Or when you may need, and yeah, you need more insight. So we've got a sunshine day bath spell. For over a decade, I lived in an apartment with a shower and no bath. So now every chance I get, I take a long transformational ritual bath. The Sunshine Day ritual bath is a little unorthodox, pairing the sun with, which is associated with fire, with a bath of water is unusual. However, this bath will give you a feeling of joy and happiness. Who does not want to immerse themselves in that? So you need large glass jar, 1 cup of sea salt, 1 cup of Epsom salt, 6 drops of frankincense oil, 6 drops of helianthus oil, 12 drops of orange oil, and 1 teaspoon of ground calendula flowers. Directions. Gather all ingredients together on your tarot altar or shrine. If you don't have one, please check out the information or the instructions in chapter 30. To the jar, add the Epsom salt and sea salt. Add the frankincense, helianthus, the orange oils, one at a time. Shake well after each addition. Finally, add the calendula flowers. Close the jar and shake again. Leave the jar outside on a sunny day where the sun's rays will bless it and charge it with energy. After this, it will be ready to use. Take 1/2 cup of the mix and add it to your warm bath. Makes enough for 4 baths. How excellent is that? And this book is filled with that, like I said, for all of the major arcana. So then we get into another area. So we have where she talks about the wands. And then, like, the energy of the wands and all that. And the energy of fire and how to use that. And then she goes through all of the numbered cards. So I'll give you, for instance. I mean, really, she does the whole sequence for each one of the suits. But Ace of Wands. Aces are the start of creation and therefore the beginning of the suit. The Ace of Wands represents the explosive seed of creation. It can be an idea that paves the way for something truly inspired if it appears in your reading. It could be a sign of new starts in business or life. Possibly an actual birth is on the way. And then goes right on down through 10 and then the court cards. It's fabulous. And she does this for every single one of the suits. And after that, she talks about the court cards. The court cards of the tarot can be viewed as representing specific individuals or situations. Because of their correlation with the element of air, the individuals represented here may be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra as their sun sign. Some decks say, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm still in the swords bit. So that's in all of them. And that was the coins. But I wanted to get, so she talks about choosing a deck and asking yourself certain questions. So if you're brand new and you're thinking about getting your first deck, and she talks about like whether or not you're supposed to be gifted your first deck and all that. She approaches all of it in here. She gives tons of recommendations for really cool decks and why she's given the recommendation, and she's got quite a few of them in here. She talks about birthing your tarot cards into existence. So this has to do with either candle blessing spell, first food blessing spell, tarot blessing jar spell, tarot bag working, tons of witchy workings, spell work. So then she talks about your cards and you. So reversals, shuffling, daily draw, tarot journals, your practice, tarot vision boards and coloring books, reading for self and others, a word about ethics, bless the cards again, additional tips and tricks, sleeping with the cards, character interaction, you know, how the characters speak to each other in a reading, how they're looking at each other. Too many readings, whether or not doing too many readings or asking the same question over and over again. She talks about that. Musical inspiration. So, like, and I did a whole hashtag on this about, like, gosh, and I don't even remember what the name of it was, but we were doing shorts and putting in like musical associations with the cards. So what song runs through your head, or what when you look at a card, does it make you think of a song? Or when you hear a song, does it make you think of a card? Vice versa kind of thing. Taking a tarot walk. And she talks about picking or shuffling and grabbing one card out of the major arcana, putting it in your pocket or keeping it close at hand, taking a walk with it, and write down or record everything that you see that stands out to you. You know, take note and just experience it that way. Learning how to trust your intuition, your spidey senses, like when something pops in your head, if it isn't even necessarily the meaning, you know, trust your gut. Patience, having patience with yourself, and your ability to seek the solutions. They will come to you, but you need to be patient, and you need to be patient with the process of tarot. Then she talks about tarot altars and shrines. And she talks a lot about the different kinds of altars. So working tarot altar, crafting tarot altars, specialty tarot altar for love and relationships, tarot altar for money and success, and for healing and for protection, all different ones. If you do a card every day, she talks about having a tarot shrine, Art Witch Tarot Shrine, Beginning Witch Tarot Shrine, Chaos Witch Tarot Shrine, Cosmic Witch. She goes in every single kind and has a write-up on that. Elemental Witch Tarot Shrine, so she's got all the elements here in great detail. Eclectic Witch Tarot Shrine, Fairy Witch, Green Witch, Healing Witch. I mean, she's got everything. Hedge Witch, Hereditary, Kitchen, Solitary, Traditional. You see what I'm saying? Then she talks about crystals and herbs and gardens, because she has provided all this information for these cards on the different crystals and the different herbs and zodiac associations or what have you, right? Even the musical notes. So talking about creating even like crystal grids and what kinds of herbs to use when working with those kind of things. But she talks about square grid, star or pentacle grid, hexagram or Star of David grid, crystal grid, triangle grid, circle grid, sorry. And then about choosing the crystals. And because depending on what card you're working with, she's already given you a list of correspondences in order to work with that, right? Obviously, as a witch, you know, you work with what feels right to you, but she's given you a list of correspondences that are known to, I mean, it's a valuable reference here. She talks about how to cleanse your crystals, gardens and herbs, tarot garden for psychic awareness. So for somebody that really is trying to be a tarot reader and work on their psychic awareness, there's certain correspondences, herbs and stuff that you might want to grow, like bay and borage, chicory, dandelion, galangal, however you say it, ginger, juniper, lavender, morning glory, poppy. She gives all kinds of ideas. And then a tarot garden if for protection. And goes like on down the list. If you're somebody that reads on the hotlines and you do tons of love readings, then perhaps maybe making a garden for love readings. So these are the kinds of things that you might have in your garden: bergamot, carnation, daisy, dandelion, freesia, gardenia, and on the list goes. This is just fabulous. An individual tarot. Maybe if you want to really focus on like the Empress card or the High Priestess card or, you know, the World card, go and check out what herbs and crystals and use all of those correspondences in a working. Tarot questions and spreads, and she has got, I did count them and I forgot how many. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 spreads. And then she just writes a little conclusion. I hope I have covered everything in this review. This book is phenomenal, and I feel like it is worth its weight in gold because of all of the different, not only tarot exploration, but the tarot and witchy conjunction, you know, how you can use it in a practice if you're kind of feeling a little stale, stagnant, or you really want to focus on an energy, or let's say it's your card of the month or it's your card of the year. This can help you really, really hone your business or hone your craft and your tarot practices. And it doesn't have to take tons of creativity because it's all laid out for you already if you choose to use that, right? So I highly recommend this book for anybody and everybody that is into tarot, beginner or advanced, and also which is beginner or advanced. So thank you and please leave me your comments down below. Have you read this? Oh, did I say? I think I did. Yes. Okay, it came out in June in the US and July in the UK and Canada. And I will be putting a link down below to where you can get this book. And please leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you have already got yourself? Or is it something that you're interested in? So thank you for spending this time with me. And I am sending you love always.